Fierce competition, folks. The teams are competing in the first of an 8-team single elimination tournament for a grand prize of $25,000. I'm Mike Bernhardt. This is my sidekick, James Reinders from Intel. Our teams tonight. On this side, the team from Seoul National University. Let's hear it for them. Come a very long way. Good luck, gentlemen. And the team on this side from Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, the von Neumann Bottlenecks. Good luck, gentlemen. So, let me remind everybody, there are 2 rounds to this Parallel Universe Computing Challenge. The first round is a trivia round. Questions will remain on the screen for 30 seconds. There are 15 questions. If the teams lock in a wrong answer, they are locked out. They get points for the faster time that they respond, so there's a lot of pressure. Go fast, get more points. Go fast, make a mistake, you're locked out, you don't get any points. You, the audience, can watch on the screens and you'll see a scoreboard appear when we start the game. You can track the progress of your teams, but more importantly, help them out. Shout out answers if you think it's A or B or C, let them know. Cheer on your favorite team, let's take them on to victory. The second round is a coding challenge. The teams are going to see a code set that they have not been familiar with, they haven't seen it before. It's been deconstructed from an optimized parallel code, and they're going to have 10 minutes again to dig into that code and figure out what they can do to optimize it. And they can make as many changes to it as they like, and each time they make a change, the software behind this great wall will calculate their progress, calculate the performance improvement they've achieved, and they'll get points for that. The combined points from the 2 rounds, from the trivia and the code challenge, will appear on the screen and will determine the winner of tonight's match. The winner will move on into the semifinals and the chance to win the $25,000. Teams, are you ready? Yeah. I can't hear you.
We are ready!
Yeah. Von Neumann Bottlenecks, are you ready? Let's get started. The SC conference was held here in Denver once before. What year was SC here in Denver previously? Help them out. These guys have obviously brushed up on all of this information. So the SC conference rotates every year, as you all know. Anybody know where it's going to be next year? New Orleans. Going back to New Orleans. The year after that? Austin, Texas. We have a more challenging question here. These teams are wild tonight. Let's take a look at the score. Wow, what a close game. I don't think anyone's going to need your help tonight, James.
The problems get harder as the week goes on.
Oh, they certainly do. A mutex. Sounds like I have a cold, doesn't it? Yeah. Current answer from both teams is A.
I like the answer that had something to do with LaTeX. Two books ago, the entire book was laid out in LaTeX, but it still gets used.
OpenMP, there's an implied what at the end of every loop construct.
You brought the 2 ringer teams in today.
These guys are screaming good. This is just amazing. We're going to have to see this break up here in a little bit. Well, you know, anybody could win the trivia challenge and lose in the code challenge. So it really does balance out pretty well. All right, we've got 1 second, and we're going to see another question here. Oh, this is a tricky one. This is tricky. You know that this used to be called supercomputing with a year after it. Now it's SC. It was a branding change. We have von Neumann locked in with an answer, and we have Seoul locked in with an answer. And the correct answer is 1997. Both teams got it wrong. Let's hear a big "oh" for both teams. Oh. I can't even read this one. I don't know what that means.
Bulky numb threads?
Yeah, show off. Woo, we have a tie score. This is pretty amazing. What's next? What processors were used in the original Beowulf cluster? This is a tricky one. You know, earlier this evening I had the pleasure of presenting an award as the HPC Vanguard to Thomas Sterling. His name's usually associated with Beowulf. We got two different answers, folks.
They're both wrong.
And they're both wrong. Correct answer was the Intel DX4, also known as, anybody? Or 86. This is an interesting one. You know, this conference is run by volunteers year over year. Volunteers run this entire conference. How many volunteers do you think it takes to put this conference together? Help them.
I heard the right answer over here. Listen to your audience.
Correct answer is 400. 400 volunteers is an average year over year to put this conference together. Down to our last four questions.
Wow. They even brushed up on Coral Ray Fortran.
Excellent. Good job, teams. Added a few points there. Looks like Seoul National University is taking a little bit of a lead. And which of the following is not a form of parallel computing? Good deal. 10 seconds on that question left, and the Neumann Bottlenecks have taken the lead again. Take your time and read it. You don't want to lock in with the wrong answer. Both teams jump right on it. Amazing. These guys must have read your book, huh? Or someone's book. Okay, we're down to the last two questions of the trivia round. Last two questions. This is really a tight race. I don't know why we put that question in there, James. Only because I got stumped on it, I guess. I was talking to a computer science graduate student the other week, and I asked him if he's having any challenges with programming languages and what does he think of Fortran. He says, I have no idea what Fortran is. Last question. Read it carefully.
20.
Wow, that's close. Seoul National University, 3,118 points. The Neumann Bottlenecks, 3,089 points. This is just too close to call. Anything could happen in the coding challenge.
Holy cow.
James, you want to explain the coding challenge here?